What's going on there, guys? Good evening. It is the Earth Master. Good Saturday evening here with my co-host, MissyMimies.
How's it going, guys?
And just doing an update video here on this beautiful Saturday evening, April 30th, the last day of April 2022. Let's see if I can spit that out. Tomorrow, May. Can't believe it's already May tomorrow, so crazy. Latest quake out there on the globe shows a 4.1 earthquake. Getting a little issue with the earthquake 3D globe there around the Greece area. I'll fix that here in just a little bit. Right now, looking at the latest USGS map, shows that movement out here around Greece, 4.1. Pretty shallow movement out there. Over the course of the last 24 hours, most of the activity here has been kind of spotty. We are looking at some increasing activity here around the Philippine plate here, just north of the Mariana Trench, south of Japan, a 4.6 within the last hour. And just getting another earthquake here on my Earthquake 3D app with a 3.8 in near the coast of Ecuador. So a little bit of movement taking place globally, specifically all over the place, it looks like. There's no major large-scale movement currently. We are looking at some activity down here around Tonga and Samoa, although this here was older. This here is actually from early this morning, way early. So we have not seen any further uptick in activity within this region as of late. So looking at the movement that has taken place here, up and down the Java Trench and throughout the Indonesia area, a little bit of spotty activity, and spread out pretty good far as the movement goes. Really over the time frame as well throughout the day. A little bit of activity up here in the Bamboo Flat, India, 31 kilometers for 4.6, and some activity out in the Indian Ocean today as well. A couple fours up and down the area. South Sandwich Islands, I believe this is from last night, which it is. Yep, 5.0. Hasn't dropped off that 24-hour threshold yet. South America activity, some movement into the Peru-Chile Trench once again, although this activity you see here on the board is old, much older, but still within that 24-hour period. Looking at the Puerto Rico area, we'll go ahead and bring up the all magnitudes here. Not a whole lot of renewed activity here either. It looks like a 2.2 within the last couple hours, but the majority of this as well, similar to the other activity, is from this morning. So not a whole lot of new movement to take place and note here on the map. Throughout the state, pretty much about the same, up through Kansas and Oklahoma. Most of this activity, it looks like there was a 1.7 here recently and a 2.5. So those two earthquakes there in Oklahoma, pretty new. Out there in the, what is that, Winewood, Oklahoma?
Looks like it. Or Winwood.
Winwood? One of the two, right? Out there in the, let's check and see what we got here for satellite imagery. Out there in Frackingville, possibly.
Right.
Hard to say. Perhaps right there at those two, well, what's going on there? Some type of operation, looks like. Not for sure exactly which one.
It's interesting they both took place.
Right there, and look at that. That's pretty shallow, 0.2.
Yeah,
So
that's straight surface quaking.
Yeah,
there.
I'm not for sure what these guys are up to out there in this part of Oklahoma, but I find it kind of odd. It's just right there, so who knows what's going on.
Side. Wow.
So looking at the rest of the map here, this activity here in the Tennessee area from late last night as well, 2.4. So no major movement to report here recently in that area of the country. About the same for California. Some movement up and down the board here south of the Bay, Ridgecrest area, and getting a little increase in activity here in the southern part of the state, lighting up within the last hour. And pretty, it looks pretty typical here for a normal day in earthquake activity. I don't believe we have anything above 2.5. All of this is all older earthquake movement over the course of the last 24 hours. Pacific Northwest showing nothing. Nada.
Nada.
It's just odd once again here.
Then again, when you see a decrease in activity, could be a calm for the storm.
Possibly, but I go
throughout the world anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is with these guys up here, this is just one area that I know is having earthquake activity. This is
Yeah.
Mount St. Helens here.
It's just weird that they're not. Well, it's not weird. It's typical. They're not reporting any of it.
So there is a little bit of activity here at the Mount St. Helens region. No major activity, just a little couple small microquakes up there in the region of Washington. Tremor map tonight is relatively quiet once again. Look at that. Nothing to report or nothing being reported. One of the two. Take your pick. Looking at the 29th data time frame, shows about 49 epicenters yesterday into the southern Oregon region. Let's see what else we got here into the Big Island of Hawaii. Really spotty as well. Only 11 earthquakes in this area. So not a whole lot to report in the Big Island either. Alaska, about the same. So it's just kind of like the calm before the storm. It's a little on the eerie side. Getting a little bit of movement here on the northern part, north of the Mariana Trench, like I mentioned here. I'm not for sure how to pronounce this one.
Which one? The Izu Agasawara Trench.
Okie dokie. Hopefully, yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. If I would have done that, man.
Also known as the Izu Trench.
Izu Trench.
Yeah.
So
Agasawara Ridge. Woo. It's a mouthful, though. For sure.
All right, what else do we got here? Yellowstone National Park. There's not a whole lot going on. We did have some movement earlier this morning. You can see that earthquake there around the northwest corner of the park. It looks like a good 2-pointer, possibly a 2.5. And, of course, USGS not showing any of that activity up here there at the park. So it's definitely not this one over here, way far over here. It's missing. So hopefully tomorrow, though. Or probably Monday. Probably won't be until Monday when they update this map and look at it. Earthquakes Canada. Don't believe we have too much going on up here to the north. Looks like just latest quake here was over in the main area from last night with a 1.5 at 5 kilometers. Other than that, nothing showing up here across the board as far as recent activity goes. Space weather events. I know we had an X flare early this morning. It looks like things are tapering off a little bit. Looks like we may have had another M flare since then, although things starting to dip down into the quiet zone, so to speak. They have upped the X flare potential to 15% chance, M flare at 35, and a C flare at 75% chance. A little bit of heightened KP indexes coming up here over the next few nights, at least the next couple nights here, with 3 to 4 KP index expected, with only a 45% chance of geomagnetic storming at the higher latitude. So we'll see how that goes. But sunspot activity, yeah, just kind of minimal right now. Maybe a little dynamic building down here at 31 or 3001. And kind of looks somewhat, well, it's hard to say with these sunspots. They're going to do what they want, I think, regardless if we forecast them or not. What else we got?
Check the EMSC, see what's going on, I guess, too, on their site. That buoy still offline?
I was just going to check it. Yeah, it looks like it still remains offline. Waiting on a message back from them, because I did email them asking what's going on, but haven't got anything yet from them. But they have taken that buoy offline, the one that
keeps triggering.
yeah, keeps triggering a little bit of uncertainty, and that's going to be this station. See if I can bring that back up here. It's going to be this station over here. It's now red. It used to be this one here.
Yeah.
But it looks like they took it offline, and probably a good deal, because that's all sorts of glitches, and the data is not accurate, I believe, with that buoy. Let's see what else we got. EMSC. We'll go ahead and check out the EMSC model while we're on it and see what's being reported from these folks. Maybe stuff's going on that's not being reported. There's a 4.3 coming in right now into the Indonesia region. Looks like most of the activity here on the map is looks about the same as the USGS Far as any smaller quakes here, I know we had a little bit of activity in Mexico today, off the coast of Mexico, into the Gulf of California as well. You can see these couple 3s and 2s kicking up here in the Gulf region, and a bunch of 3s down here along the Middle America Trench. So a little bit of heightened activity, and that's pretty typical though, to see those 2s and 3s in that region.
Looks like there's something, a 3.8 new one there too.
Yeah, that's that one that came in near the coast of Ecuador.
Oh, okay.
That first came in. And a couple 2s and 3s down the board here across the Central America region, or South America region, into the Peru-Chile Trench. So yeah, it looks pretty. Looks like about a typical day, folks. I mean, it's just not a whole lot going on.
How's New Zealand looking? 'Cause
Um,
it has been very quiet down there as far
I know,
as USGS goes.
we're waiting on some movement down there. We'll see how it plays out. I think it's definitely overdue for some adjustment.
It's definitely some activity.
Yeah, a couple 3s kicking off here, and just around the North Island, New Zealand. The GeoNet server is hard to say. I'll go ahead and pull them up real quick and see. GeoNet. Here we go. Looks like the last one, at least the felt one, was a 3.1. We've seen that on the map, the EMSC map, so 6 hours ago. The all map, all magnitudes here, shows a little bit of activity here, it looks like. Some very small microquakes within the last couple hours. But overall, no major amount of swarming or any large earthquakes to report.
That's a deep 2.4 down there, 74 kilometers. Up a little. Yeah, like right there. Ooh, look at that 2.3 there.
55, yeah, that's
Depth is 213 kilometers.
That's pretty deep. That is super
That's
deep, and
definitely
that's
a deep microquake.
yeah, and it's right in there within that
trench area.
It's within the Cascadia subduction, or
the
Hikurangi subduction zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of activity kicking up there, and sometimes it's hard to tell with this map though.
Oh yeah.
Because they delete these events, and I don't know. It's just
it's definitely different than this one. USGS, how they do it here and there.
all right, folks. Let's see. I think that's about it. Like I say, we're just kind of waiting here, calm before the storm. Maybe Saturday night.
Right.
We are going to do our quick question and answer show. So if anybody's got any questions or answers for us, let us know in the comments below. MissyMimies is in chat right now, and we're just going to take any questions if anyone's got any regarding anything that may be of topic to this channel. And we'll see how it goes. Hope everyone is definitely enjoying their Saturday evening out there. So what do we got? Anybody keyed up yet?
I'm waiting for them to get caught up on the questions because they're a few seconds behind.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Trying to readjust here.
We'll have to be within the microphone because it's not even...
Yeah. It's having some issues sitting like that.
What do we got, guys? Anything going on out here Saturday night?
Robert Vogel says, great picture of you guys on Twitter.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely, we decided to post a picture of me and MissyMimies, and appreciate all your comments, and even the funny ones, and it's pretty crazy, but quite the feedback. I think positive feedback from everyone out there.
Oh, yes.
You got to remember every time, like even when I watch YouTube videos and I don't know the face of somebody I'm watching or listening to, you kind of do put into perspective in your mind of what they could look like.
And most of the time, at least when I imagine it, it's far from it.
Far from exactly.
Scrolling up to see if there was any in here. Cindy says, been quiet in chat today.
Yeah, I noticed that. Just been overall a pretty quiet day for Saturday. Kind of feels like more of a Sunday than anything. Getting a little bit of QSL chat on the 28 frequency. Looks like from the west coast down to the mainland of Australia. And looks like New Zealand as well. These are just skip conditions here rolling through on the 28 MHZ band ham radio.
Not seeing anything yet as far as
Nothing
questions.
yet.
Kathy N says, hi, do you have a P.O. box to mail money to, like for donation?
We don't have a P.O. box.
But you can if you want to donate to the channel. You can do so in chat with I think it's super stickers, right? And super chat.
Yeah, super stickers, super chat,
which is the money symbol on the side, or I think on the videos you can do like a thank you,
super thanks
on there, and it gives you a option to choose, how much you would like to donate. But as far as that goes, I think that's the only way the donations come. But we do not have a P.O. box for mailing in the donations.
I think I have a PayPal account set up on the YouTube. I'm not for sure exactly where. Well, it's called PayPal Me. I'm not for sure if I have that set up on my on the channel or not. I think I have it in the description somewhere. Let's see here. Maybe I don't. I thought I did, but maybe I don't. I could have swore I had a PayPal thing set up there, but what was the other one? There's a couple different donation things. The easiest one to use is on YouTube, obviously through Super Chat. It's the safest one as well. Sending a check, I'm not for sure if that's, as far as these days go, not the most secure thing to do when it comes to making sure your money gets to where you want it to be.
Robert Vogel wants to know if Southern California still is under an earthquake watch.
Right now, I don't think they are. I mean, we've been watching quiet conditions there in Southern California. But like I said, just because it's quiet, that it doesn't necessarily mean that we couldn't see a big one. But a lot of times when we see swarmings, we do issue that earthquake watch for possibly, something larger. Swarms around a major area, such as the San Andreas Fault Zone goes. That's kind of why we issue those earthquake watches. But we haven't seen any major swarmings in days in Southern California. And this activity that you see here on the map is very typical of earthquake movement here in Southern California. This amount of earthquake activity is not a crazy amount of quakes. It's just very typical. Robert, yeah, YouTube does take a percentage. I think so. Like if you donate, what is it, $10? I think YouTube takes 30% of it, if I remember right. I'm pretty certain, or 20%. I'm not for sure exactly how much that is. I think it's like about 20%. But I do have a PayPal account. A lot of people do use PayPal as well. That's kind of like the quickest and most direct way to send full money. But maybe I'll add it onto this description or into the chat here on the live stream. I could have swore I had it put up on the YouTube channel, but I'm not seeing it even in my description here on the channel. So I will definitely work on that and probably add a couple. There's, for example, Cash App, PayPal Me. Those are a couple different.
I do know Venmo you can also do. It's not really associated with just Facebook.
Yeah.
It's basically just a pay app. Same concept, kind of like Cash App too. But there's a few different kinds.
So what else we got? Anything else going on, folks?
Not seeing any more questions.
No more
so
questions?
Far.
All right, folks. We're going to call it a night here, or at least as far as the update goes. We'll be here in case anything else happens. We're not going to bed this early at night on a Saturday. But we'll definitely be out here kind of monitoring the chat and the live stream. So we'll chat at you guys a little bit later on. Hope everyone enjoys their Saturday night.
Have a good night, guys. Stay safe out there.